Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Yay or Nay, where we take a look at newly released figures that are up for pre-order, whether they're 1/6 scale, quarter scale, life size, half scale, vehicles, action figures, props, you name it. Just take a look at the price point, take a look at what comes in the box, the details, the costuming, tailoring, all that jazz, and see if it's indeed worth a yay or a nay at its price point. And we have an updated Armored Batman 2.0 from Hot Toys from Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. A few months ago, they had the 2.0 regular Batsuit edition of Batfleck, which was actually my first episode of Yay or Nay. When I was in Japan, I thought, fuck it, I want to talk about this figure, and I want to talk about other figures that come out and see if it's indeed worth it at its price point. Now, we actually have two editions. We have the Collector's Edition and the Deluxe Edition. Now, when it comes to the Deluxe Edition, you get some interchangeable battle damage parts on the actual Batsuit itself, or the armored pieces for that matter. You also get an interchangeable head where the helmet has been ripped apart at the front like it does in the film. Now we also have a Kryptonite spear and a diorama base. So a bit of variety, something for everyone, and obviously different price points. So that is going to play into whether these are going to be a yay or a nay. Now from memory, they did the original Armored Batman years and years and years ago, like 2016. Then they brought out the Black Chrome edition, and then they brought out another edition, which I think had some battle damage on it. Correct me if I'm wrong. That one's actually pretty good. All right, so let's start off with the Collector's Edition. This is the bare basic one, but also the interesting thing is the Collector's Edition and the Deluxe Edition, parts are die cast. Certain parts of the armor are die cast. Like, I'm not a big fan of die cast. I don't really care for it. It doesn't really bother me, but unfortunately it does push the price up. Regardless, let's check out this gallery of the regular edition, the Collector's Edition. So right off the bat, it looks great. Like the form is there. That is definitely Ben Affleck as Batman under that armored suit, and the detail looks incredible so far. This is a very intricate and complicated suit. Like, not only the Ironhead one, but cosplays I've seen. So there are a lot of moving working pieces when it comes to something like this, and it is obviously mounted on the regular Batsuit that he sports in BVS. So moving right along. Okay, so you see right here, it's kind of highlighted where the die-cast pieces are. So we've got the helmet, the chest plate, the shoulders, and what looks like the shin guards. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know why they've only gone half die cast and half plastic. I don't know if it's a mobility thing, if it's going to restrict the movement of the figure. But we also see the accessories that this edition comes with. So some interchangeable hands. We've got the grenade launcher. We've also got the grapple gun, I think. Is that the grapple gun? It is the grapple gun. Like, so far, it's a pretty good looking figure, but it just looks the same as the original one, the Black Chrome edition, even though the Black Chrome edition had a different finish. And then the subsequent follow-up one, there was actually just the battle damage one. Like, there are some neat poses here. I, for one, wouldn't really pose him like that. I think he looks a bit like lumbery and awkward when he's like walking like that sometimes. I would pose him in just a regular museum like pose. See, I don't mind that base as opposed to the base I've seen with the Deluxe Edition. Like, I know it's supposed to be like a dynamic diorama and stuff like that, but I prefer something like that. Again, just like a nice, simple museum quality piece. I don't know why, but with this pose, he just looks like he copped a whiff of a gnarly fart. Now, there also is a comparison. There we go. So we have a comparison to the previous figure. So if you look at like the differences, it's more just bulk on certain areas, especially the chest and the legs. I feel like they've really bulked out the legs and the chest. In terms of everything else, it looks fine. Like, it definitely is in more proportion now. I feel like he's a bit beefier because that armor really does beef Affleck up when he is in that armored suit in the film. Nice close up of the detail there. Like, the paintwork looks incredible. The finish, the scratches, the battle damage. Improved paint application and weathering effects. Well, that's good to know. All right, so let's check out the Deluxe Edition. So again, this has an interchangeable head sculpt where the helmet is battle damage, also interchangeable die-cast battle damage parts, the Kryptonite spear, and the dynamic diorama base. And look, this looks great. I think that the detail looks incredible. I, for one, am just not a fan of that facial expression under the helmet. I would have liked a snarl or a growl, or he's just absolutely pissed off and about to hand Superman's nutsack to him. And there you get a glimpse of the base that it comes with the rubble and stuff like that, the Kryptonite spear. And I do love the detail and the attention to detail, for that matter, of the dents and stuff like that. And I didn't realize on his gauntlet, there's a dent that you can see right there where it says battle damage armor. I didn't even put two and two together with the continuity. That's when he puts his arm up and deflects Superman's punch when Superman's weakened. And he's like,
Men are brave.
I love that. I love little details like that, man. I'm just gonna have a sip of my coffee from my vintage 1995 Batman Forever McDonald's Robin mug. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's like a derpy face, but that's Affleck's relaxed face. He does this thing with his mouth when he's relaxed, and he just kind of relaxes his jaw. And I feel like because he's so battle damaged and worked up, I don't feel like that would be a facial expression to match that armor, if that makes sense. They've inserted Superman down there. That's nice. For the good old Martha scene. For Martha. Yeah, it just looks a bit odd. I would have liked a snarl or a growl, like just aggression. See, that doesn't look bad. I prefer the regular base, the collector's edition base, to be honest. And I do love the detail on that battle damage. Like, I love how that's from Superman just pushing the armor. Like, that's how strong he is. And then you go back to the regular version that comes with the deluxe version. So you got the Kryptonite Spear. Look, overall, it's not a bad kind of thing to do with these different tiers. I just feel you could have just packaged this all in one. And with the mixed die cast, I don't know, like, it's kind of one of those things, go hard or go home, like, go all out. It could be a mobility thing where it restricts the movement of the figure. I don't know if it really would. If they're cast from the same, or different molds, but the same shape, it's just a different material that's still rigid like plastic, I don't think it would restrict the movement of the figure at all. Yeah, see, there you go, that battle damage gauntlet there. That's sick. I love little continuity bits like that. There we go, diorama base allows attachment of Kryptonite Spear. Okay, so he's got it plunged into the ground, very cool. That shows the die cast pieces, the differences. Close up once again, and then everything that comes with the deluxe version exclusive. So yeah, just the interchangeable head, the battle damage pieces, Kryptonite Spear, and the base, as opposed to the collector's edition. So for the collector's edition, price wise, you're looking at, in Australian dollars, $479.19. So that equates to $309.60 USD. That's for the collector's edition. For the deluxe edition in AUD, you're looking at $591 right on the dot. That comes out to $381.84 USD. So given the fact we have the collector's edition, we have the deluxe edition. With the collector's edition, it's just the bare bones, bare basic armored Batman with interchangeable hands, the grapple gun, the grenade launcher, and then mixed media with die-cast pieces, regular injection molded plastic pieces. In the deluxe edition, you have the interchangeable head sculpt with battle damage, which I think needs a different facial expression, battle damage pieces that are die-cast, the Kryptonite Spear, and also the diorama base. So given the different price points, is it indeed a yay or a nay? Well, let's break this up in the collector's edition and the deluxe edition. So I think for the collector's edition, for that price point, it is indeed worth a yay. Given the fact that if you try and find the original Armored Batman figures on eBay or Marketplace, they sell for more than what this one does right now, which is crazy. This is supposedly an updated sculpt, proportions and stuff like that, and the original ones are selling for a lot more of a price point than this one. When it comes to the deluxe edition, I actually think it's a nay. I don't really feel the need to have all these other accessories, especially the base. Some people love a good old diorama base. I think the inclusion of mixed media die cast was a bit of a weird choice, and it bumps the price up, unfortunately. And there are people out there that love die cast, like when they brought out the RoboCop Hot Toys die-cast figure, that made sense. For this, I don't feel the need for die-cast, and if it's mixed media, it just begs the question, was it really necessary in the first place? I don't think it's a movement thing. I don't think it would restrict the movement if this was indeed a full die-cast figure. But for the collector's edition, it's a yay. For the deluxe edition, it's a nay. So guys, what are your thoughts on the Hot Toys Armored Batman 2.0 figure from BBS? Are you a fan of the diecast thing? Again, it doesn't really faze me. I could totally do just with a injection molded plastic Armored Batman, as long as the finish is good, because that's what the original suit was made out of. It was plastic pieces, it was resin, it was fiberglass, it was urethane. So they were able to do that with plastic, with a good finish that made it look like hammered, pitted metal. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.